Yes, he was born at 26 plus 2 weeks. It was, they say, an infection of some sort, so that's why he came early. And since then, he was in the NICU unit here at Nepean for 130 days.
It was as big as, we took a photo, it was as big as my hand, so there to there. Having the kids' room there helps you be able to control, I don't know a better word, but control your children, and helps, if we need to have, with only us two here, it helps one of us look after the kids in there, helps them be able to do something else except for sit in a room with a baby that they don't understand why the baby's there.
If there was someone in there to be able to help look after the children, or like as in a carer, you could actually, or I could have actually stayed for a lot longer or been able to have cuddles or had a chat with the doctors or anything like that. And as you were saying before about the kids being in that room with someone to look after them, even when there's two of you there, it just makes it would make it a lot easier to be able to, sometimes you go down and have, like, say, a half an hour chat with the doctors. And we've been in that situation before where Kirby has been with us and she's had to sit or run around the room while you're having a chat with the doctors, so you're not really taking it in 100%. So if there was to be someone down there to help look after the children, you could actually have that time to be able to sit down with them and make sure that you're processing the information, because it's a lot of information to take in.
It's really nice to have somewhere nice for parents to be. It's so stressful, and I know that some NICU units don't have good parent areas, and I think we're very fortunate to have the area that we do have, but it would be nice to have a real facelift for it, and it'll be really great to have volunteers in there who can actually help with these parents.
As McDonald's franchisees, we're all partnered with the Ronald McDonald House Charities. We're all very heavily involved with Ronald McDonald House Charities, and Ronald McDonald House Charities has now branched off into what they call family rooms. And family rooms are a part of the hospital where there are neonatal intensive care units, and they're a smaller version of the Ronald McDonald House. That's how we became involved in the family room at Nepean Hospital.
Well, when we came to understand it, we clearly thought that there was an opportunity to support parents with babies, particularly in the NICU, but parents within the hospital that have kids here. And it's not uncommon for us to see that. We've identified that and built similar facilities in other areas. This is the 8th one around the country, and we've got a whole lot more in planning. So it's a similar sort of need. And this is really a group of families, I guess, that often we don't support because our houses really are for country families. But certainly we see our role, I guess, right in the middle of family-centred care, really. It's to keep the family unit together, whether it's overnight accommodation or whether it's within the hospital.
The highlight for me is getting to know all the nurses and hearing their stories about what this ward means to them. And it's amazing to see people put so much passion to other people's children, especially like these little babies. You know, they do their rounds, they make sure they're all okay, they make sure they're looked after. And this room for the nurses is really important as well, because when you've got a parent out there that's distressed, they've gone through a bad experience, they need somewhere where they can bring them as well to, you know, calm them down and comfort them at least. So this project, 4 years in the making, from one idea to this today, I go, it's a great thing for the Penrith community. So there's 2 overnight rooms here, and what they're designed for is if a mother's had some difficulty during pregnancy and some family members have had to come from a far way away, there's a place for them to stay. So there's 2 overnight rooms. We also have a mother's room down the far end there. That's designed as a bit of a quiet room for the mother. So once they have the baby and they want to go somewhere where they want to relax, just have a tea or coffee, read a magazine, or just even express some milk for the child in privacy. There's a room designed down there. There's also this big room which is going to be a kitchen just over here. So there's going to be plenty of space for families to come and wait in a waiting room. There's going to be a play area just over here for the kids. TV on the wall, chalkboard where they can just draw. So it's a real home away from home as such for the families, which I think in this environment, if we saw outside and had a look at all the children in those bays outside, this area here is really, really important for families.
We've been hoping that this is going to happen for a long time. I think it's probably been about 3 years that this has been in process. And in that time, we haven't wanted to do anything to the parents' area that was there because we were hoping that this was going to happen. So it's been getting progressively more shabby as time has gone on. And so this will be just such a boost.
We plan on manning it about from 8 in the morning till 8 at night. The facility will remain open naturally 24 hours because there's a need for that. But we will have our representatives in there to provide the comfort. There's a play area going in there for children so they can have some amusement. TVs, we've put up a digital memory board that will take into, it's very important as Lynn pointed out, all the nice photos of the good, the hope that's been there for people to survive in the past and have terrific family lives. They've captured that on still shots. They might be the old black and whites and they might be pretty ordinary photos, but we've got a volunteer that's putting that on to digital for us, and that's going to come out looking magnificent. So yeah, we've got to keep the memories while moving on with the new, but we think that we've got the combination of McDonald's, Ronald McDonald House Charities and the local businesses really going to see us with a facility here that the government and everyone are going to be very, very pleased with.